Recently, we just closed on 3 contracts back to back, and none of them came from Airbnb. So, how did we do this, and how are multiple students and investors doing this all over the nation without using Airbnb? Well, here's the strategy, but you're going to want to make sure you truly listen closely and focus on how to do this repeatedly, time and time again. So, what is a midterm rental insurance contract, and how can I do it without using one of the most powerful OTAs, online traveling agents like Airbnb, and still have profitable tracks and 100% occupancy on my property? Well, here's how it works. If you're currently getting value from watching this video, you'll want to make sure you take a second and click below to grab the midterm rental insurance blueprint to help accelerate your process in being able to land these midterm rental insurance contracts with respect to your marketplace. Make sure you click the button below and grab it and continue on with the gems in this video. So what you want to do is truly focus on building relationships with what we call temporary relocation agencies, who then have temporary relocation specialists, or I should say relocation specialists. And once you foster a relationship with them, you want to first do so by putting your name into their database, putting your properties into their database, your contact information, so that when they do have a request, they will reach out to you first. This has nothing to do with Airbnb. You don't even have to have an Airbnb to do this. You can just, all you need is an address and a physical location where your properties are located, and you can start doing this today. You don't even need pictures. You can truly maximize this opportunity that is often overlooked or untapped with multiple investors who have properties that are furnished or unfurnished and are not sitting on these sites, are missing a tremendous amount of money on the table. And with money comes in opportunity to serve, and so therefore are restricting available inventory within the marketplace. Because the thing is, these relocation specialists are going to go to the database before they go anywhere else. And so it is your duty and obligation, whether you're an owner, co-host, or manager, to have your property sitting in those databases so that you can also capitalize and get in the way of all the money that is being thrown at properties who are available to house displaced families due to unforeseen circumstances. So how do we even begin to get in front of them? Well, first, it's their database. Number 2, once you have a request that comes in your local region, then you will then have the contact information of the person. Now, having a contact information just like here in your phone is one thing, but using that contact information and fostering a relationship with that piece of contact information is the end all be all, and is the most critical and important action to take once you have this point of contact. You don't want to just start blasting people and telling them what you have and what you need. You want to use that email to reach out to them to see how you can be of service, to see where they're currently looking, to see how you can even just add value by being able to connect them to a realtor or connect them to an available property without even expecting anything in return. You can mark up and send a referral to somebody after you provide them a referral of some kind, but at the end of the day, you want to serve them so that they continue to come back to you, and then that's when they are wired to continue to come back to you for needs with respect to your marketplace or marketplaces, and therefore them coming to you based on the demand with respect to where things are happening in the marketplace is how you're able to just get booked directly without having an OTA. Well, Ruben, how does it happen? How does it work? How do I create a booking? Well, here's what we typically do is work directly with contracts. We'll sign a contract that says this is your move-in date after the family has walked the property, after we've received the approval from the insurance company on the proposal we've put together. The proposal typically is made up of very standard monthly rate / daily rate, cleaning fee / admin fee, pet fees if there are any, security deposit if there are any other fees that you want to factor in. Is utilities included? Is it excluded? Stating all the above. Is there cleaning fee monthly? Is it one time? deep clean more expensive, or is it a one-time cleaning fee? Is it both? State those. Those are going to be all the items that go on your proposal. And once your proposal has been put together, that is the proposal that gets submitted to the insurance company. Once the insurance company reviews that proposal with respect to how much coverage D is on a displaced homeowner's policy, which is essentially the amount that states that on the policyholder's policy, it will display how much they have available to use due to displacement. That's also called coverage D. It's also called additional living expense. That amount is what dictates whether your proposal gets approved or denied. Now, don't make the mistake of just getting denied and letting that be the answer. Always follow up and ask what would make it right. What is the amount that would make it right? Because no means no for now, but it doesn't mean no forever. So keep in mind that the rejection of or not being approved, it doesn't mean it's the end of the world. It just means it's the beginning of a new opportunity to renegotiate the terms again. Okay, so once that's approved, then the family will walk the property. When the family walks the property, if they give you a green light, then you set up a lease, and then we send in wire instructions. Most companies will ask for routing, accounting, account information to wire the funds, and or your mailing address so they can send a check. This is not a scam. If it's a valid company, do your due diligence. Of course, there are multiple big names out there like the MyKeys and the Temporary Housing and the LA Solutions and the Sedgwicks of the world. All these companies, you can look them up, CRS, Temporary Housing, they're all legitimate companies that will send the payment out before the lease even begins. So I want to make sure that you're well positioned and primed and available to these companies by first starting in their database, because that is how you're able to get these premium bookings without even being on Airbnb. Now, if you're anything like me, I like to increase my chances, and therefore there is still a way that you can still, and you should be optimized for Airbnb, because it's not like we're boycotting the OTA. OTA means online travel agent, like Airbnb or Booking.com or VRBO, etc. They all work. It's actually an additional avenue of marketing that's already been done, and it is actually where a lot of relocation specialists are going, including the ones who are going to what is also known as Airbnb for work. So do not be alarmed for Airbnb for work, as it is used. You'll see in my other video. It is a platform that is being utilized in this day and age, and you should be very aware of it, that Airbnb for work allows temporary relocation companies and agents to find homes on behalf of their clients, or their clients to find a home on their behalf and then bring in and send the link to their relocation. So if you want to maximize your midterm rental profits without using Airbnb, you're going to want to start with the databases. You're going to want to leverage the email and the phone number that is at the bottom of the email, so that you can get in touch and ask them what is the best way that you can serve them. Remember, there's not one straight way to build a relationship. As you know, some people like to call, some people like to text, some people like email once a week, some people like one every day, some people like once every other week. It's so important that we do not put anybody in a box or label as that this is how all relocation specialists work, this is how all companies work. It's really important that you take the time to ask them, what is the best way that I can stay in touch? Now, once you have that contact, if you foster a relationship, it will be, it takes two to tango. They will reach out to you as well when they need you, if you reach out to them when they need you. Okay, so it'll be back and forth, and that is how you build a relationship without needing to completely depend on Airbnb. As a matter of fact, 90% of our bookings come direct now, because we fostered relationships deeply with those folks in those companies, that while we still will leverage Airbnb, we do not have to rely on it. And that is how you can 3x your midterm rental income, midterm rental profits without Airbnb. Now, there's a caveat to that. As I mentioned before, it's very important for me to increase all of my chances. And if you want to increase your chances and maximize not only just building relationships with B2B and relocation companies and reaching out to them, then you'll also want to check out the video I put together on how you can maximize how you can actually become a pro at building opportunities and relationships for midterm rentals with Airbnb. There's one way to do it without, and there's a way to do it with. And that's what if that's what you're interested in, getting the best of both worlds, then the next video you want to watch is how to become a pro at building relationships for midterm rental insurance contracts on Airbnb. If you found any value listening to this video, make sure you go ahead and click the button below to grab your free midterm rental insurance blueprint, and make sure you check out the next video. Cheers.